Hey guys, it's Colin and welcome back to our Python class. So we are on week 4 now, and that means 2 more weeks until we can start making games. So we've got a little bit to get through today, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so first off, we have tuples. Okay, so tuples are collections of objects that are ordered and unchangeable. Okay, so then they're basically like lists, except you can't change them. So remember, lists are with brackets and tuples are defined with parentheses. Okay, you can use len for the length, and you use del to delete the entire thing. All right. So now tuples also have a couple of functions to themselves. So you have like dot count, which basically counts the amount of times an element appears in the tuple. And then we also have dot index, which returns the index of the element, and if there are multiple elements, it only returns the first one found. So now dictionaries. Now dictionaries are very important, and if you remember anything from this lesson, I want you to remember dictionaries, okay? So then now dictionaries are collections that is unordered, changeable, and indexed. And then a good way to think of a dictionary is like a real dictionary, right? So then you have, in the real dictionary, you have a word and then its definition. In here, you have a key, which is assigned to a value. So then the key is like the word, and then the value, it's its definition. So then, okay, and then dictionaries, they, like everything else, has its own function. So you have dictionary bracket key gets you the value associated with that key. Okay, and then len to get the length. And if you have not noticed by now, len can basically get the length of anything that has multiple elements inside it. So you have like strings, dictionaries, tuples, lists, all that good stuff. All right. So to create a new key and value in a dictionary, you're gonna use, so the name of the dict, and then bracket the name of the key, close bracket equals, and then the value. Okay. And then del does two things. So you can either delete a key and a value with like the name of the dict and then bracket the name of the key, or you could delete the whole dictionary with just the name of the dictionary. And then pop item removes the last item in the dictionary. And lastly, we have dot clear, which clears everything in a dictionary and just leaves an empty one. All right. So now, looping through dictionaries. There's a couple ways to loop through dictionaries. So first you have this regular for loop. You're just going to do for I in this dict, and then I would be all the keys in the dict, okay? And you also have dot values, which loops through, as you may have guessed, the values. And lastly, we can loop through dot items. And this is kind of important, right? So as you can see here, we have for I comma j. So you can actually use multiple variables in a for loop. And in this case, I would be the key and j the value. Alright, and here's some just extra functions you're going to be using, because today we are in fact going to do some more of our hangman game, alright? So first, we're just going to start off with our list, our list foo, which contains hello and guys. So then to test if something is in the list, or a tuple or a string or anything, we're going to use the word in. And this flows really well with normal English. We have like if hello in foo. So that's basically checking if the string hello is in the list foo, which it is. And now we have dot index. Okay, so I know I said dot index was only for tuples, but it is not. It's for basically everything. Like I said, that has multiple elements in it. So you could have a string, you could have a list, tuple, yeah. So then it basically gets the index of an element, and as I said before, it gets the first occurrence of that element. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to our hangman game. So last we left off, we have our print hangman function. This slide basically shows like everything we're gonna do, okay? So then first, we're going to define two lists. One is called word and the other is called toPrint, okay? So word will contain every letter of the computer generated word, basically the word that the player has to guess. So say the word the player must guess is hello, then word would be like HELLO, you know? And toPrint contains the letters you'll have to print, but we don't have to worry about that now. So just define toPrint as an empty list, okay? And lastly, we're just going to put that all together. We're going to define a function called printGuess. Now, printGuess will take a list called toPrint as a parameter, which it will loop through and print everything out. Okay? So, if you want to try this by yourself, and I do highly encourage you to, pause the video right here and then go do it. Then, once you finish, you can come back and see if you did it correct. Alright? But if you have absolutely no idea how to do this, just keep watching. However, even if you don't know how to do it, I encourage you to just try to think about how to do it at least, okay? And then if you really, really are stuck, then you can continue. So, if you haven't already, just pause the video right here. I'm going to switch over to PyCharm so we can start making this function, alright? Okay, so we see here now we have our print hangman function from before, and now we are going to start our new thing. So, as my slide said, we are first going to start off with making two lists. Okay, so word equals, and I'm just gonna have hello. Okay, L-O. Okay, oops. Yes, here we go. And then another one, toPrint and empty list. All right. So now after this, we're gonna have a function. All right. So what's it called? PrintGuess, I think. Yeah, PrintGuess. All right. Takes in toPrint as a parameter. And remember, we're not actually taking in the list we defined called toPrint parameters. Just remember, the parameters are just like a random name we assign that we will use inside the function. Okay. So then, what do? We're gonna loop through toPrint and print everything out. So for I in toPrint, just print I, and of course we do not want to put the break, so we're gonna do end equals nothing. Alright, that's actually it. So just to test if this works, we're gonna fill toPrint. Let's just put in hello. Okay. Now let's run this. So just select your hangman, run. Oh wait, no, I almost forgot. Let's call printGuess toPrint. Alright, now we run it. Run hang, and it prints hello. Alright, so that is actually it. So if you enjoyed this lesson, so consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And if you do not mind, you could drop a like down and possibly even comment. I'd really appreciate that. And that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys next.